The most iconic books on personal finance. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book, let me tell you, was a game changer for me, and I know a lot of you are looking to get your finances straight. So I wanted to share some of the wisdom Robert drops in this book. Trust me, this is the kind of stuff they don't teach you in school. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down 5 key lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that have the power to completely transform your relationship with money. These are the principles that helped me go from, well, let's just say, not having a lot to where I am now. And let me tell you, it wasn't by working a 9 to 5, it was about changing my mindset and understanding how money really works. So, buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's unlock the secrets to building wealth and achieving financial freedom. All right, let's jump right into it. The first lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad that truly resonated with me is the importance of financial education. And no, I'm not talking about the stuff they try to cram down your throat in high school about balancing a checkbook, which, let's be real, is pretty useless these days with online banking and all. I'm talking about understanding how money is made, how it works, and how to make it work for you, not against you. See, the problem is traditional education often falls short when it comes to teaching us about money. They focus on getting good grades, going to college, getting a stable job, and working for someone else's dream. But they rarely teach you about building wealth, investing, or creating your own opportunities. It's like they hand you a roadmap with half the streets missing. Rich Dad, Poor Dad stresses that financial education is something you've got to take into your own hands. It's about being curious, reading books, attending seminars, talking to people who are already killing it in the financial game. It's a lifelong journey, but trust me, it's an investment that pays off in dividends. Think about it. If you don't understand how money works, how can you expect to grow it? How can you make smart financial decisions? It's like trying to play basketball without knowing the rules. You might make a few shots, but you're not going to win the game. So my challenge to you is this: make financial education your priority. Read books, listen to podcasts, follow financial experts, and never stop learning. The more you know, the more confident and in control of your financial future you'll become. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your money. Let's talk about lesson number 2, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. This one's huge, guys. This single concept can completely change the way you view your finances. In simple terms, an asset puts money in your pocket, while a liability takes money out. It's that simple. Rich Dad. Poor Dad emphasizes that the wealthy focus on acquiring assets that generate income, while the poor tend to accumulate liabilities that drain their bank accounts. Think about it. A rental property that brings in rent every month. That's an asset. A business that generates profits, that's an asset. Stocks that pay dividends, you guessed it, assets. On the flip side, a fancy car that loses value every year and comes with hefty insurance payments, that's a liability. A big house with a mortgage that eats up your paycheck, another liability. Credit card debt with sky-high interest rates, you get the picture. The key takeaway here is to shift your mindset from acquiring liabilities to building a portfolio of income-generating assets. Instead of buying that brand new car that loses half its value the second you drive it off the lot, invest in a rental property or buy some dividend-paying stocks. Now, I'm not saying you've got to live like a monk and never enjoy the fruits of your labor, but it's all about balance and making smart financial decisions. Before you buy something, ask yourself, is this an asset or a liability? Is this going to help me build wealth in the long run? Or is it just going to drain my bank account? Remember, financial freedom comes from having your money work for you, not the other way around. So start building your asset column today and watch your financial future brighten up. Chapter 3, it's all about your money mindset. All right, let's move on to lesson number 3, the importance of mindset. Rich Dad, Poor Dad hammers this point home. Your thoughts become your reality, especially when it comes to money. The book highlights the stark contrast between the mindsets of the rich and the poor. See, people who struggle financially often operate from a scarcity mindset. They believe there's never enough money to go around, they're constantly worried about bills, and they settle for mediocrity because they don't believe they deserve wealth. On the other hand, the wealthy tend to have an abundance mindset. They believe opportunities are limitless, they focus on growth and abundance, and they're not afraid to take calculated risks because they trust in their ability to create wealth. The book argues that breaking free from a poverty mindset is crucial for achieving financial success. It's about shifting your beliefs about money, believing in your ability to create wealth, and adopting the habits and behaviors of those who are already successful. Think about it. If you constantly tell yourself you can't afford something or that you'll never be wealthy, guess what? You're absolutely right. Your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions determine your outcomes. So, start by changing the way you think and talk about money. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," ask yourself, "How can I afford that?" Instead of focusing on your limitations, focus on the possibilities. Remember, wealth is not just about how much money you have. It's about your mindset, your beliefs, and your habits. Cultivate a positive money mindset, and you'll be amazed at the opportunities that open up for you. Chapter 4, Entrepreneurship, the Path to Freedom. Now let's dive into lesson number 4, the power of entrepreneurship. Now I know what you're thinking. Marty, I'm no business mogul. I can barely manage my own schedule, let alone start a company. But hold on a second, because Rich Dad, Poor Dad makes a compelling case for why entrepreneurship can be the key to financial freedom, even if you don't think you have what it takes. The book argues that while a traditional job might provide security, it rarely leads to true wealth. You're trading your time for money, and there's only so much time in a day. Plus, you're always at the mercy of someone else, your boss, the company, the economy. Entrepreneurship, on the other hand, allows you to create something of your own, to be your own boss, and to control your own financial destiny. It's about identifying problems, coming up with solutions, and adding value to the marketplace. Now, I'm not saying you've got to quit your job tomorrow and launch a startup, but start small. Maybe it's a side hustle, a passion project, or an online business. The key is to start thinking like an entrepreneur, to develop your skills, and to explore opportunities that can generate income outside of a traditional job. And the beautiful thing about entrepreneurship today is that the barriers to entry have never been lower. With the internet, social media, and a plethora of online resources, you can start a business from your bedroom with little to no capital. So don't be afraid to take risks, to experiment, and to learn from your failures. Remember, the greatest lessons are often learned through experience, and the rewards of entrepreneurship can be life-changing. Chapter 5, invest, invest, invest. And finally, lesson number 5, the importance of investing. This one's crucial, guys. Rich Dad. Poor Dad stresses that investing is how you make your money work for you, even while you sleep. See, most people think investing is only for the wealthy, but that's a myth. You don't need to be a Wall Street hotshot or have millions in the bank to start investing. The key is to start early, even if it's just a small amount, and to let the power of compound interest work its magic. The book encourages readers to explore different investment vehicles, such as real estate, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. It emphasizes the importance of diversifying your portfolio, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, I know investing can seem daunting, especially if you're not familiar with the lingo or the markets. But there are tons of resources available to help you get started, from online courses to financial advisors. The key is to educate yourself, start small, and gradually increase your investments as your income grows. Remember, the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow and compound. Think of it this way. Every dollar you invest is like a little worker bee out there earning you more money. The more worker bees you have, the faster your wealth grows. So start building your hive today and watch your financial future blossom. Outro, take control of your financial future. So there you have it. 5 powerful lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad that can transform your relationship with money. We talked about the importance of financial education, the difference between assets and liabilities, the power of mindset, the potential of entrepreneurship, and the value of investing. Now, these are just a few nuggets of wisdom from this game-changing book. I highly encourage you to grab a copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad and dive deeper into these concepts. It's a book that can truly open your eyes to the world of finance and empower you to take control of your financial future. Remember, financial freedom is not a pipe dream, it's a choice. By adopting the right mindset, educating yourself and taking action, you can create the life you've always wanted. So get out there, make those smart money moves and start building the future you deserve.